Welcome to ASU's Fellowship in University Innovation Information session. We're glad that all of you are interested in the fellowship position and are joining and listening us today. Our presenters are 2013 Cohort Fellows Trevor Eagle and Jessica Eldridge. We have built this presentation as a response to our most frequently asked questions and to also provide some additional insights into the fellowship from our own voice that might not be conveyed in other materials. This is the overview of our presentation today. We'll begin with the history of the fellowship. We'll talk about the culture and what it's like to work at ASU and in the Office of University Initiatives, the unit that houses the fellowship. We'll talk about the nature of the work that you'll be engaged in as a fellow. Jessica then will go into more details about the application process, position details, who we look for, what you'll gain, and then I'll wrap up with life after the fellowship. The Office of University Initiatives was founded in 2002 with President Crow's arrival. During the first few years, the office was the epicenter for new campus initiatives. Then in 2007, ASU was selected in the Kauffman Campus Initiative and received a $5 million grant to extend access to entrepreneurship education university-wide. To support the varying projects, the fellowship was developed to help scale and expand the entrepreneurship ecosystem. The first cohort was 2009-2010. So what is it like to work at ASU? Many words come to mind, but here are four that we'd like to highlight and discuss a little more. First and foremost, we're large. We're the largest public university in the country with over 76,000 students across 4 campuses. We are innovative. One such example is the creation of Changemaker Central. This was an initiative that our office helped launch, which created a way to facilitate increased student participation in direct service, service learning, entrepreneurship, and high-impact careers. As part of the Ashoka U Changemaker Campus Consortium, ASU has built Changemaker Centrals at each of its 4 campuses. Interdisciplinary. Traditional academic disciplines and barriers have been removed. Since 2002, 12 new interdisciplinary college designs, 33 new schools, and 129 new centers, institutes, and initiatives have been created. Embedded. As President Crow has stated, we truly do partner with everybody. We build and maintain partnerships with the local community, international community, and business community. Sharing a few highlights, we tout nearly 500 community outreach programs, an international connection with the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program that serves students from sub-Saharan Africa who come from the lowest socioeconomic quintiles and show outstanding academic and leadership abilities. And lastly, business partnerships such as the joint venture with the renowned Mayo Clinic. So what is it like to work in the Office of University Initiatives? Well, we are entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurship is acting like an entrepreneur inside an organization. As such, we build, we design, and we launch. We are fast-paced. This means it's often a quick turnaround environment. It's a responsive unit that sometimes requires completion of research and analysis within minutes to just a few short hours. We're also adaptable. We engage in multiple and varied projects of differing lengths and skill sets. As such, you must utilize transferable skills and pivot back and forth between responsibilities. We're also an ideation hub. As the President's Special Projects Unit, we often serve as the first unit to explore an initial idea or connection. We participate in regular brainstorming sessions and design charrettes. So let's talk a little bit more about the nature of the work that fellows will engage in. It's hard to fully anticipate what projects you'll be walking into as a fellow. Your primary job, though, will be to support the functioning of the Office of University Initiatives. The supervisor also serves as special advisor to the president on social embeddedness, so there are many regular and advancement-oriented projects that fall into this category. Additionally, the unit has a direct line of communication with President Crow, and he is an active ideator himself. As such, we respond to directives that have not yet always been fully vetted. It is then our role to work through them and offer him options on how to proceed. Not only will you be able to ideate and expand upon initiatives that come into the office, but there is potential to observe a gap and offer solutions yourself. We have been asked, but no, you're not required to come to the table with improvement ideas or even expected to offer your own projects in the interview process or when you begin the fellowship. There will be chances, if appropriate, to discuss areas of interest and see if a project or priority could align. And at this point, I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Jessica that will discuss a little bit more details about the application process.
Great, thank you, Trevor. For those of you interested in applying to be University Innovation Fellows, there are 4 items that we need to have in order for your application to be complete. The first is your resume. On your resume, please put your employment history in month-year format. Your degree should also include month and year, and if you have not yet earned it, please put your expected graduation date. Then we need your cover letter. This is your opportunity to discuss your interest in the fellowship and your desire to contribute to advancing ASU as an innovative institution. Please be sure to read all fellowship materials and information regarding our office, and then explain how your experience and skill sets would be a good fit for us. We also need 3 references. Of these references, we need name, title, organization, phone number, email address, and mailing address for the reference to be complete. Last, we need your writing sample. There is no limit to the amount of pages for this submission. The average amount of pages we get is 10 to 15, but applicants have submitted work ranging from 2 to 3 pages all the way up to 80 pages, so it's entirely up to you. The key here is submitting something that includes analysis and synthesis of information. This could be in the form of a white paper, a policy memo, a research project, a thesis or dissertation, or even a book analysis. Please only submit a writing sample where you are the primary independent author. Group papers, assignments, or projects are not an appropriate way to display your writing abilities to us. Any mistake during submission will delay your application from continuing in the process. It will be marked incomplete and revisions will be requested. And for all of those who are applying from out of state and are not local to Phoenix, it is not expected for you to travel for any section of the interview. Video chatting such as Skype is perfectly appropriate, and past fellows have been selected entirely remotely without stepping foot on campus prior to the start date, so out-of-state applicants have the same opportunity as in-state applicants. Now let's look at the position details in further depth. The fellowship is an academic professional classification, not a staff position, so it comes with all the rights and privileges as academic professionals, which is similar to that of faculty. The size of the next fellowship cohort will likely range from 2 to 5 people based on the composite of applicants and the ability to bring diverse perspectives and talents to the team. The salary range is firm, ranging from $50,000 to $65,000. This remains very competitive for entry point positions in higher education, as well as various first positions for faculty candidates. We have been asked previously, but ASU doesn't offer relocation expense reimbursements or provide temporary housing. Our staff will gladly share resources of the nearby community and connect you with the correct local people and organizations to make your potential move as smooth as possible. Now let's take a look at who we look for. So all fellows must have completed a graduate degree, either master's or doctorate, in the last 5 years. Also, anyone graduating this spring is eligible as well. University Innovation Fellows come from a variety of backgrounds, from business, law, policy, education, and design, just to name a few, and have joined us from more than 20 undergraduate or graduate institutions of higher education. From California to Massachusetts, private schools to public schools, anyone passionate about transforming higher education is highly encouraged to apply. There are particular skill sets that UI Fellows utilize frequently, so these are skills that we will look for in our applicants. First, you must be adaptable and able to work with ambiguity. As Trevor said, projects are not predetermined and can change instantly, so you must be able to react and adapt. You also must be independent and self-motivated. While we do work collaboratively in teams, you also will maintain your own independent work and projects that you will need to carry out individually. Next, you must be accountable. We are a lean team that gets things done, but only if everyone pulls their weight. You also need to be a multi-dimensional communicator. Whether it's one-on-one meetings, leading large and small presentations, or writing, we do a lot of communicating in this office. Written communication skills must be solid, and writing in a concise format is even more critical. Last skill is to be a connector. As a UI Fellow, you will not only make connections with people and organizations in and out of ASU, but you will often make connections between your projects, ideas, and past research. UI Fellows always look for opportunities to link and leverage all experiences, so we would be looking for that in our candidates as well. And the next slide talks about the professional benefits of being in the fellowship. During the fellowship, the vast variety of projects you complete will provide you with diverse learning experiences and a very full portfolio that normally takes multiple jobs to acquire. Listed are just a few of the professional experiences the fellowship can lend. And now I'm going to pass it back to Trevor, who's going to talk a bit about life after the fellowship.
Thanks, Jessica. One of the questions we're often asked is, how does the fellowship prepare you for your next role? And we include this quote from alumna Nikki Guz to just highlight the kind of energy the fellows often leave the program with. Nikki comments about the culture at ASU and the nature of the Office of University Initiatives, which allows you to work on large macro-level challenges, but also offers you the opportunity to realize and put forward real micro-level change. The Office of University Initiatives is truly a one-of-a-kind special projects unit that offers you the experience to gain an enriched higher ed generalist background while honing in on your talents through the work you'll do on various projects. Another question that we're often asked is whether moving cross-country from another industry or from another level in higher education is worth it. This obviously needs to be a personal decision. It could vary for each individual. But yes, it can be a risk to leave a secure position or try to transition to a new industry. But if you have the talents and interest to contribute, I'd say trust the process and give yourself the chance to learn and grow. More generally, Phoenix and the state of Arizona are rapidly growing and advancing. Unlike some other more established cities and states, no specific last name or school affiliation is needed for advancement or to obtain certain jobs in this community. As such, it is a growing entrepreneur community, social and global change, and hosts several Fortune 500 company offices. If warm weather, sports entertainment, and a plethora of hiking opportunities are of interest, then you would surely love the Phoenix Valley. So, we also are asked, where are fellow alumni? How many fellows stay at ASU, and are you able to build a career at ASU? As you can see on this slide, the majority do stay at Arizona State University, but sometimes the fellowship is a precursor for someone to complete their terminal degree or advance in the field they transition from. But surely there are opportunities to stay, and it's encouraged to continue advancing your career with ASU. There is plenty of work to complete, and there are several innovation hubs at ASU that would be primed to take on a former fellow. We also get asked, what positions do fellows hold after completing? No typical or traditional position, as oftentimes fellows have the chance to leverage their experience to form a new role that fills an evident need or gap. Some of the titles may include, though, Program Manager, Director of, Special Assistant to, so just keep those in mind, and here's a list of some of our most recent alumni. I encourage you to read about the New American University. There are several videos and informational readers that better explain the innovative nature of ASU. And for all of those that are looking to apply this cycle, I really hope that this provides a nice introduction to the institution and just really the true nature of the innovation and transformational higher education environment that ASU offers.
So thank you so much for joining us during this information session. We hope you all enjoyed learning a bit more about the fellowship and all that it entails. If you have any further questions, please email ui@asu.edu, and we hope to see you in the future. Have a great day.